Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers on Tuesday, July 11, Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, will try everything she can to assist Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, deprogram by placing him under hypnosis. Harris had been under Megan DeMara's, Miranda Wilson, control once more, though Megan attempted to deflect suspicion by claiming that he was acting on Leishin's, Remington Hoffman directions. Dr. Wilhelm Rolf, Richard Wharton, carried out Harris' newest round of brainwashing, but he raced through it to finish in time for Stefan DeMara's, Brandon Barish, and Gabby Hernandez's, Camila Banus, engagement party. Perhaps that fact will be useful to Marlena as she attempts to repair the harm. If the directives weren't too deeply embedded in Harris' mind, it could be easier to liberate him from Megan's grip. However, Marlena's magic will take some time to function. Harris will feel hopeless and will soon push to be committed to Bayview, but Marlena will attempt to find a way for her newest patient to be free. Meanwhile, according to Day's teasers, Stefan will lash out at Gabby over a decision she made. Stefan's rage could be related to Gabby confronting Megan at the hospital and putting herself in danger. Of course, Stefan will be upset about Megan's escape, but Gabby's decision to put herself in danger should be the worst part. Stefan would never want Gabby to suffer as a result of someone in his sick family. According to other Days spoilers, Wendy Shin, Victoria Grace, will blame Lee for Harris' brainwashing. Even though Lee wasn't in charge of the show, he hunted down Dr. Rolf and backed Megan's brainwashing scheme. Even though Lee attempts to act innocent, Wendy knows her brother well enough to call him out on his continued obsession with Gabby. Wendy will fiercely push Lee to let Gabby move on with her life because Lee needs to let go. Days spoilers predict DA Melinda Trask, Tina Huang, will discover Sean Brady, Brandon Beamer, has been drinking during his work shift on Tuesday's episode. Trask will tell Rafe Hernandez, Galen Jering, about the incident and push him to remove Detective Brady. Thus, her bombshell announcement will spark a massive dispute within the Salem Police Department. Rafe will agree to suspend Sean, who will be furious at the hypocritical police commissioner because he's sleeping with his subordinate, Jada Hunter Elia Canto. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, things will become even worse by midweek, so stay tuned for some unexpected curveballs. Where you want to be for the latest Days of Our Lives spoilers, news, and updates. Days of Our Lives spoilers claim that Chad DeMara, Billy Flynn, and Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, discovered a nice apartment and decided to sign the lease just before Brady Black, Eric Motsolf, interrupted. Brady stated that he was looking for an apartment as well, so he was disappointed to have missed out on another location and thought he should have used a better agent. Brady, on the other hand, congratulated Stephanie and Chad on their new home before complimenting Chad on his new job. Brady admitted he heard about Maggie Kyriakis, Suzanne Rogers' offer from Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson. Alex arrived at the Kyriakis estate with packed luggage just as Maggie was on the phone with someone. Maggie remained silent and pretended it was confidential information before disconnecting. Alex bickered with Maggie over the professional turmoil that had occurred between them after revealing that he was leaving. Maggie questioned where Alex would reside after softening a little and emphasizing that they were still family. Alex said he'd notify Maggie and then set off to discover his new house. On Monday's episode of Days, Alex arrived at Stephanie's new apartment while she was waiting for the realtor to deliver the paperwork. When Alex learned that Stephanie had moved into that apartment with Chad, she also revealed that Chad had decided to take Maggie up on her offer at Titan. Stephanie hoped this wouldn't stymie her progress with Alex because she really wanted them to be friends, and he agreed. Meanwhile, Chad visited Maggie to formally accept her offer, so they planned to accomplish great things together and embraced over the Titan deal. Maggie also mentioned that Alex had moved out earlier, which astonished Chad. Alex brought their lease and keys to them after Chad spoke with Stephanie again, as the realtor had requested. Stephanie and Chad were taken aback when Alex disclosed that he'd moved into the flat just across the hall from them, making him their new neighbor. Kristen Dimmerer, Stacey Haydock, stayed quiet about her, knowing that Dimitri von Luschner, Peter Port, was exploiting Gwen Risdeck, Emily O'Brien, in the town square on Monday's episode and offered well wishes on the engagement. Although Xander Cook, Paul Telfer, was having a bad day at The Spectator, Chloe Lane, Nadia Bjorlin, cheered him up with news of a large ad sale. As a result of Xander initiating lovemaking, Gwen was mortified when she walked in on the passionate session. Chloe buttoned her shirt and made herself scarce while Xander dressed as well. Gwen used this opportunity to inform Xander that she was legally engaged to Dimitri, but he was still apprehensive about Dimitri's trustworthiness. Xander informed Gwen of Dimitri's terrible past, but she pointed out that she, too, was no angel. When Xander asked whether this was about him moving on with Chloe, Gwen said no. Gwen didn't think her motivations mattered because Xander was already with Chloe, and now Gwen was moving on with a man who just wanted her. On Monday's episode of Days, Leo Stark, Greg Rickhart, smacked Dimitri after breaking free from his kiss. Dimitri remained unfazed, finally removing his shirt. Leo felt Dimitri was only trying to satisfy him in bed and persuade him to keep the inheritance idea a secret from Gwen, but he wasn't interested in some straight person taking advantage of him. Dimitri swore he wasn't straight and told Leo that he'd always been drawn to him. Despite Leo's reservations, Dimitri stated he was gay and had spent his life practicing hiding it. Dimitri persuaded Leo to sleep with him, but Leo felt bad about duping Gwen. Following that, Leo pressed Dimitri to withdraw his proposal to Gwen, but Dimitri pointed out that she had already accepted it. Leo also questioned if the codicil required Dimitri to marry a woman, but Dimitri pointed out that he came from an old-world family with old-world views. Dimitri had to marry a woman, but he planned to continue sleeping with Leo and promised to take care of Gwen in his own way. Kristen Dimmerer, Stacey Haydock, armed herself with a fire poker below, but the invader from the Dimmerer tunnels was Rachel Black, Finley Rose Slater, who got away from camp. Rachel was furious that Kristen didn't say goodbye before leaving, but Kristen said that Megan Dimmerer, Miranda Wilson, had locked her up in the basement. Kristen mentioned how difficult it was to find someone to handle her case after Rachel reminded her that she was supposed to be battling Brady's full custody. Even still, Rachel remained optimistic that they could come up with a solution. Brady assumed Rachel went to meet Kristen after learning of her abduction from camp. Brady approached Kristen at the Dimmerer estate in Monday's episode, but Kristen feigned ignorant and appeared to be hurt by his news. Despite Brady's encouragement, Kristen continued to deny knowing where Rachel was and stated she'd inform Brady if she knew. Rachel eavesdropped around the corner before heading upstairs and standing outside Dimitri's room, listening in on his chat with Leo. After Dimitri assured Leo that he wasn't being deceived, Leo swore to keep their passion a secret, even though Rachel was already on the other side of the door. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Rachel might become a major issue for Leo and Dimitri, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.